Welcome to Accessibility Everywhere, and today we are going to talk about screen readers. So let's dive in.
Showing Accessibility Everywhere logo.
Okay, so let's understand what a screen reader does. Basically, the name is very good. The screen readers, they read the screen, they read the content of the screen of the smartphone of the user. The users, they use certain gestures to interact with the components. Think about your phone now. You also interact with the components using certain gestures. So you tap and then you clicking things, right? And maybe when you tap, you install an app or you go to another screen or you navigate in the app. So let's start talking about the single tap. What this does. Single tap, when I say single tap, we can also understand as a single touch. It's when you touch your finger once on the screen. For other users, this sometimes we interact with components and that's it, right? But for blind users, this is going to play an audio saying what is that component, what this component does. So if we are talking about a text on the screen, like a label or anything like indicating some text, is going to tell the user what is this text. And when we are talking about other components that receive some interaction, let's think about a button, for example. If we are talking about a button or an icon button, which is an image that behaves as a button, what will happen is that we are going to tell the users that this interactable component actually it's a button. So, and depending on the type of component being showed on the screen, is that there are different ways of announcing this to the users. So, yeah.
Okay, so let's see how this works. So when we touch any component, it's going to tell us what is this component. So let's see this arrow here.
Navigate up button. Double tap to activate.
So usually we know that is interactable because there's this double tap to activate that means that we can interact with the component.
Navigate up button. Double tap to activate. Copy translated text button. In list 6 items. Speak translated text button.
Let's now talk about the double tap or double touch. What this is going to do for the users. Actually, this is where a click or a touch for us is actually the double touch for blind users. So when we are in a screen and let's say I want to order some food, so I want to press the order now button, okay? If I do a single touch using the talkback, I'm going to hear, oh, this is a button. And then if I double tap, actually I am clicking on the button. So basically the double tap is going to perform the actions that users not using talkback perform with one tap. So it's a little bit different and little difficult to understand in the beginning, but with the time we get used to this behavior, this thing, how to use. So it gets easier with the time, but basically it's this. So let's say we are talking about a text field, which is not a button, is a different component, right? If I double tap, actually I am going to activate this text field and probably the keyboard is going to appear on the screen and I can start typing. So the click event actually is different for every component. What is going to happen, it depends on the component. So a button is going to lead you somewhere or do some action. A text field, when they click, we are going to open the keyboard and probably we start typing. So it depends. A drop down is going to show a list of items, and yeah, it will depend on the component. So yes, this is the double tap.
Speak translated text button. Double tap to activate. Hello, how are you? Speak translated text button. Submit translation feedback button. Double rate this translation. Close feedback button. Out of list. Double tap to activate.
So there are two ways that users can learn about what this application is doing and how can I use this application on my phone. So one way is tapping in parts of the screen and they learn what is there. And another way is swiping. So what the swipe movement does? Basically, the swipe movement is going to change the component that is being focused at the moment. So imagine that when we start a screen, the first component to be focused is actually the go back. So there, up. So when users swipe, actually what they are doing, they are changing the focus to the next component. And when this happens, the next component is announced to the using the talkback. So the talkback is going to say the next component and the next one and the next one. So with the swipe movement, we are actually also exploring that screen. We are going from here to there. And yes, so the developers must pay attention how they are doing the layout of the screen, because sometimes they can lead to wrong usages, but this is topic for another video probably. So yes, so the navigation, we can swipe. So how the swipe to focus in another element happens? We just take one finger and we swipe. We do this movement of swiping. So doing this, you are also exploring the screen. So let's see how I did this in a demo video.
Search your notes. Edit box. Double tap. Open navigation drawer button. Single column view button. Signed in as accessibility everywhere. List. Labels available. Notes you add appear here. New list button. Double. New drawing note button.
And still talking about the navigation, which is also part of the navigation, we have the swipe down and up, or the scroll down, scroll up. So how the users, they can scroll to some screen that is a longer screen. Let's imagine like you are ordering some food and you have to choose lots of restaurants. You are so lucky that your city has lots of restaurants. So let's say that you have to scroll. So how the users, they are going to do this. They are going to use two fingers moving at the same time up and down, and also left and right. So when the component is a scrollable component, let's say a list, horizontal list, then we can use this gesture to also navigate on the screen. Usually the talkback and the voiceover is going to say that the element is a list, so users will know that they can scroll down or up or left and right. So this is the way that users navigate on the app.
In the next part of the video, I'm going to show how to scroll down and up using talkback.
Selected. Calm, sleep, meditate, relax. Star rating 4.1. In list. Double tap to activate. Double tap and hold to long press. Navigate up. Button. Out of list.
Okay, now I have a question for you. Did you know about this way of interacting with the mobile apps? So tell me here in the comments if you are enjoying, if you are liking this content, if you think that this is going to be useful. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, to share, and let's make the world more aware about accessibility. So that's it. Bye.